This segment of the news is brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office.
Welcome back to News 46. The Nevada Tax Commission approved temporary regulations allowing the sale of recreational marijuana. The vote that passed 6-1 clears the road for marijuana to be legally sold as soon as July 1st. Medical marijuana facilities wanting to sell recreational marijuana would still need to be granted a permit to begin sales. Venomous snake sightings are rising more and more as the weather warms up. Nye County Sheriff Sharon Worley tells us some pointers on what to look for when snakes cross our paths.
Yes, we have rattlesnakes, we have sidewinders, we have Mojave greens.
Tell me about the Mojave green.
Well, the Mojave green isn't always green.
Yeah.
When they're living in alfalfa fields and that kind of thing, they're a beautiful green color. When they're out in the desert, they're a motley brownish, tannish color with green highlights.
So they kind of adapt to their environment?
They do. They can be white, they can be an albino snake, or they can be really dark brown, almost black.
So why are these snakes more dangerous than others?
Well, because they have both toxins in them, hemotoxin and neurotoxin.
What do those do?
Well, the neurotoxin shuts down your lungs, your heart, your nervous system, and the hemotoxin digests your blood.
So this snake is out, it's in our environment right now. We found one just recently, but we've had these around for a number of years, right?
Oh, these snakes have been around forever. They grow until they die. Generally, the young ones may bite you, and they'll give you everything they've got as far as a toxin. The older snakes can control that, and they know that if they bite something that's way too big to eat, generally they won't put any toxin into your system because that's what they rely on to prey.
Yeah.
If they do put a little bit of toxin in, it's nothing like getting a very small snake or a juvenile, because they can't control those glands yet.
And the juveniles often don't have rattles, right?
Oh, the juveniles may not have rattles, but then they may have rattles. It's just like the adult snakes. I mean, an adult snake can have their rattles knocked off of them, and then they start over. So don't rely on the fact that they do or don't have rattles. Look at the head. If the head is a diamond shape, a regular viper, with what almost looks like little horns over their eyes, that's a rattlesnake. That's a viper.
So these snakes also hide in bushes?
Yes, they do. When they get really too hot on the ground, they'll climb up in a sage or even a creosote bush to get cooled off.
All right, well, if you or a loved one is struggling with anything from substance abuse to mental health, Journey to Recovery may just be the solution for you.
So Journey to Recovery is a substance abuse, alcohol, and drug treatment program, and we primarily focus on substances and addictions. People who are actively in addiction or who are recovering from addiction or would like to just make sure they're clean and sober.
Are you referred by the court system, or do they come on their own?
No, we're just word of mouth for right now.
And so other types of services that you have, I saw a little sign out there. You offer all types of individual group programs?
We do marriage and family therapy. We also do individual therapy. We do individual child therapy, as well as sand tray therapy here. So it's a little bit different, a little bit distracting. It's when clients come in that have emotional trauma, and they use the sand tray to depict what the traumas that they're going through through sand.
And I saw all sorts of other types of things like domestic violence.
Yes, we do court-appointed domestic violence classes, and then we also do DUI classes also. And I also believe that we're actually implementing traffic school as well.
Oh, okay. And how many therapists do you have?
We have 3 therapists currently on staff.
What types of licenses?
Well, I have a marriage and family therapist license as well as a drug and alcohol license, so I'm duly licensed. Our other team members is a licensed clinical social worker, and then our other therapist is an MFT.
Do you take insurance?
We absolutely do. We take Medicaid full fee for service, and we're AmeriGroup providers as well.
And for people who don't have insurance?
We offer sliding fee scales.
How can people contact you?
They can contact us at 775-382-1072.
You are right on Basin Avenue across from the Nye County Courthouse, 1601 Basin.
Yes, East Basin Road, and it's Suite 302.
Lots of great information there. Well, here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, slippery moves in the oil market. Crude oil slid to $43 per barrel early Friday, but by the end of the session, it closed above 46. People invested in oil stocks welcomed that swift rally. Energy stocks have been among the worst performers in the market. CNN Money calculates Transocean, Hess, and Anadarko Petroleum are all down about 25% during the past year, as crude remains mostly below $50 per barrel due to the glut of oil on the market. Investors are having a bad reaction to Warren Buffett selling a third of his shares in IBM. Buffett reportedly owns 81 million shares. Buffett tells CNBC he doesn't value IBM the same way he did 6 years ago. Amazon's Jeff Bezos recently sold a chunk of stock from the company he runs. Reports show Bezos made $941 million selling shares of Amazon. It's the most he's made in the stock due to Amazon's hot run.
All right, when we return, our question of the day, how can we better help the homeless? Caitlin Boyer will have more after the break.